Hello, audience. This is Hoofed Assassin bringing you towns. So, last time we talked, I had a village up and it was kind of running. And, honestly, I went and I decided to look up. I wasn't sure where to go with it next. I just didn't know that much about the game. So, I went and I looked up some information on the game and watched some videos here and there and kind of got a decent understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I've kind of got this understanding now and realized that it really was just kind of messed up. And I wasn't really, I could probably have recovered from it. Not going to say that I couldn't. But it's a little bit easier to just make a new map, to be honest. So I'm going to start from the ground up. I know exactly what I'm doing now until pretty much the very end, in which part it's all done at that point, and it'll just be kind of tedious, meaningless tasks. So I'm going to start off and start a whole new map for you guys. And it may be a little bit tedious because I'm going back and forth on all these new maps, but it'll run a lot faster now that I know what I'm going to do. So, first thing we're going to do is we started up on a normal map, and we're going to just take a look around. We've got the jungle down here. We don't really have... See, we've got iron over here. It's very uncommon that iron is on the surface, but if it's there, it'll show up as little yellow dots. I don't know if you guys can see those or not, but it shows up as yellow on the map as well. And really, if we can get over here, it would benefit us a lot, but we'd kind of have to go over here, which means we'd have to go up over this mountain. I mean, we could do it, but honestly, I don't know if that much iron is really worth it right now, because right now, I'm all the way up here, and I'm going to risk a lot trying to go down through here, and there's probably going to be a lot of enemies that I'm going to have to go through all the way across the map. And when I'm over here, I'm at risk for all these frogs that I'm not sure if it's really worth it yet. Now, later on, I can go over there and it won't be that big of a problem. I could actually probably move a little base over there pretty easily. But right now, we're not going to worry about it, because I figured out that the farther down you go, it's really not that hard to find iron or coal or any of that. So we're going to go ahead and unpause everyone here in a second, but I want to give them some orders first so that they kind of move toward this direction. Now, it's a lot easier doing it here than, say, a winter map or a desert map, where you kind of have to scavenge around for everything a lot more. And I'll do one of those eventually as well, just to show you guys the difference, or we can get rid of these mushroom bushes as well, because we can't make anything with those. To show you guys the difference, or to just give you a kind of grasp on the general difficulty of those areas. And so we've got those bushes taken care of. Now, we're going to go cut those. So we'll unpause it. I kind of like using the pause function. It's very useful, because I will actually, and I would use it a lot more, because it gives you the ability to give them commands, and then they just go do it, and you can pause, and while you're trying to think of a new task, they're just sitting there. You don't have to worry about them starving themselves to death, because you're not constantly watching them. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is we need a place for all of these things, pretty much. And I found it easier to kind of plot it out beforehand, and it actually speeds up the process. It unclutters everything a lot better, because you don't necessarily have to put anything in that area, but having a place for that area already designated saves a lot of hassle, frankly. And so we've got 11 people. Now, when you get 12 people, you have the chance of being sieged. So we don't want that many people. It's just not really. It's gonna end badly, frankly. You're gonna die more than likely because you've got all these people, and once you get 12, a siege comes in, and sieges can just wipe out everything. I've seen a siege before, and it was consistent of, I think, probably somewhere around 10 to 12, 13 spiders. I mean, the big spiders that you see in the dungeon, and, I mean, they just came in, and that guy dealt with it okay, because he had stuff up, and his people were equipped, so he didn't really have to worry about it. But for me, I don't have equipment on any of these people, and I would just get utterly demolished. So, we'll just, I'd rather not worry about that. Now, the people are based off of not just your happiness, but how many personal areas you have. So we want to make sure to only have, at the most, 11. And then once we get our people equipped with some stuff and decently decked out, we will get, we'll put down some more and we'll get a decent army. Because then sieges won't be so bad once I can defend everything. We'll also get heroes in at some point, and the heroes will get down in the dungeon and just smack the crap out of everything. It's pretty amusing to watch. So we've got 5 here. That's a mushroom bush. That's a mushroom bush. We may have a hard time finding some regular bushes, it seems. Let's see, we've got 5. We probably want 6 on this lane and 5 on the other. And let's see. So we'll put another one down here. Oops, a little bit big. And this is actually a pretty spacious plot of land. I may just go ahead and put all of them down this row. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That's 6. I'll just put them all down here. And then I won't have to worry about it quite as much. Because eventually we're going to run out. I mean, we've got carpentry, masonry, bakery. We don't have as many stations as we do people. So we kind of want to watch that. Eventually we're going to run out of stations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back. There. And then we've got 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there should be plenty of room. Now, it seems like I am taking it way out, and that it's not really... Oops. Let's expand that because it's not quite as big. It seems like I'm taking it way out, and it doesn't really need to be... Okay. That, this long, but really, it's not that bad. Because once we get roads in, it'll just be a lot faster to travel. Now, until we get roads, it'll probably be a little slow. But that's not that big of a deal. Because, I mean, everything's still in the same general area. I don't have to wander too far off to get anywhere. And I'll put a wall out all the way down here. And this whole place will just be walled off. And eventually, when we start wiping out some of the people on this map, we will move to different areas of the map. We'll move some water in and... I mean, have a decently large place. So it really will all be encompassed eventually anyway. I just need to make sure to watch this area out here for anyone that kind of wanders in, because snake men will wander in every so often. We want to make sure to harvest this wheat as soon as possible, still, because that's still a big priority. That should be 11. We've got 2, 4, 6... Wait, I lost count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay, yeah. And then I want to do it like this because I tried putting them up against the back here, and I thought that maybe that would count as a wall, and it doesn't. So I want to make sure there's plenty of space for walls everywhere. I also don't want the personal rooms to be directly connected because, I mean, you're going to walk into the bakery, and then you're going to see... Robin's room, and she could be in there just doing who knows what. And frankly, that's none of our business, first of all. And second of all, it's a little bit disturbing. So we're going to make a space right here, and we'll put a door here so that she's got her own little privacy, and we don't have to see any of that stuff. Whether it's on her time or our time or what, that's her business, and she can just... I really hope Robin's a girl, by the way. But she can just keep that... Oh, crap, Robin's a guy. Well, that's even worse. I don't want to walk in on him doing anything, because that would just be... no, I'm not okay with that. So, we'll... and we still want to do the same general layout here. We'll put the carpentry, bakery, and everything. Actually, we'll probably get rid of this here. And we will put... Actually, no, that's fine there. Because we are not going to put the animal pens right over here. To be honest, we will probably put the animal pens... Let's see, probably plan to put the dining hall somewhere over here. We'll probably put it down here, honestly. I don't know. Let's see, bakery, dining room. We don't want to do a dining room yet. Let's try to keep everything decently close. The forge can go down pretty far because we won't be using that for quite a while. Honestly, at this point, I just don't care. Let's just do it. Screw it. Let's do it. They'll walk. It gives them some exercise anyway. Then we've got the hospital is going to be a big one. Let's put the hospital about here in the midway. Doesn't sound bad. So put that right there. And like that. Okay. And then we'll put... Should we put the forge there? Maybe the market. Let's put the forge there. It's around decent. And then we will... Let's see, we've got carpentry, masonry, bakery. We don't have a dining room yet, but we'll get that up later. Forge, kitchen, hospital. We won't by any means use all of these areas yet. But having them up and ready is, like I said, very convenient, to say the least. And then at the very end here, we will put a market. And the market does not benefit us a whole lot yet. But later on, we'll start having some merchants come in every now and then. And they sell some useful stuff every so often. And you start with like 650 gold, somewhere around there. And so that can be pretty useful. Now, I don't want to... We've got 3 more rooms, but all we've got left is a barracks, tavern room, tavern, arena, and honestly, I don't know what balcony is. I'm not sure how to use that yet, so I'm not even going to bother with that. But we've gotten all the general stuff down, and we've got dining room, but we're not going to attach any of those to rooms either. We just want these to be the 3 random rooms, and eventually we may delete one and move it, and maybe have one as like the sheriff per se over here, and we'll make that his personal room and attach a barracks to it so that he can go in and out and just make sure all of his people are doing what they need to be doing. And for a tavern, we don't want to attach a bedroom specifically to the tavern because the tavern comes with a tavern room, which is basically its own little personal room. So whatever they do back there is fine. They don't need to go to Robin's place to do any of that. They can just stay at the tavern and pay for their coin there. And that works just fine. It's a regular old brothel. The arena, obviously, we're not going to do that there because I just don't really want badgers all over the place over here, first of all. And second of all, it's a big fighting arena, so we want that off to the side a little bit. And the dining room, we're going to make it a big area where they can come in and sit down and eat, and it's a big feasting hall like Valhalla. They go out and they bash in people's skulls, and then they come back from murdering a frog with a spiderite firework sword, and they come back and just sit down and eat like champions. So we're going to put that off to the side too. So that's all the buildings for right now. And I know we haven't really done anything, but we did get all of this plot. We got all of this plotted out and set up. We've got 1, 2, 3 wheat ready to harvest. We'll also tell them to mine out this stone. And then next episode, we will start actually telling them to chop trees, and we'll come over here and get this wheat as well. And we will cut some of this out, gather a little bit, and start making some progress. So stay tuned for next episode. This has been Hoofed Assassin. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what I can do better. All that good stuff. See you next time.